Good morning, 604.
Good morning, Miss Canela.
Good morning, Miss Burgos, Mr. R, and Class 604. Today, guys, it is Thursday. It is March 11th of 2021, and we are going to review histograms. If you don't know what a histogram is, you will find out what it is. A histogram is like a bar graph, but the only difference is there's no gaps. So before we proceed any farther, I'm going to need 2 volunteers. I'm going to need someone to take screenshots of the work. I know Leanna was very quick about it yesterday. Leanna? What we're going to do, Leanna, listen carefully because there's a lot today. We're going to do a problem. You're going to take the screenshot of that page, and then we're going to do the graph. So after the problem in the graph, you have to post it immediately. There are 3. I think we have 4 problems in the packet. We're definitely going to get through 3. The 4th one depends. Okay? So you're going to shoot the problem with the chart and then the graph. That will be that first problem. The same thing for the second, the same thing for the third, and if we get to the 4th. So screenshot, write your name, Leanna. Who's reading the learning target page today? All the vocab stuff. Who wants to do that? I'm going to pick somebody. Kalani, you want to do it? Okay. Kalani, write your name. You're the learning target reader. Good morning. And
good morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right.
Good morning, Mr. Rudy.
How are you guys?
Hanging in there.
All right, Mr. R. I pre-assigned Mr. R. I pre-wrote everything, so it should move a lot.
Can you give me a co-host?
Yeah. Let's give Miss Burgos 2. So I have everything pre-assigned, so that way it should move a lot faster, guys. Like I pre-wrote everything in, Mr. R. All right, so it should be a lot faster. I only did the first 3 problems, because if we get to the 4th, we get to the 4th. All right, so here is today's learning target, constructing histograms. Natalie just arrived. Who else is coming in, Mr. R?
Boris.
Okay, I need to know the time. All right.
10:14.
Yep, got it. Perfect. All right. So with Cami today, it's histograms. It's going to move a lot faster this class, Mr. R, because of what we spoke about, you know? I'll do that for tomorrow, too. If the work is posted by like 8 or tonight, I can go in and make the adjustment, okay? Okay, so as you can see, I have it pre-written for a reason. All right, so today it is Thursday, March 11th, 2021. We're dealing with standard 6SP4. And learning target reader, you can take it away. What is going on here? I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, you can read the learning target. You guys are going to write everything down in this box.
Okay. Learning target. I can create, construct, and interpret histograms and apply to real-world situation. Lesson notes on histogram. Today's scholars will use data to create, construct histograms. A histogram is another way to show or display data on a graph. It is very similar to a bar graph, but the bars are connected to each other. Important vocabulary words. Histogram is a bar graph that shows the number of data items that occur in each interval. There is no gaps. Frequency is the number of times it occurs or shows up. Frequency table tells the number of events an event, category, or group occurs. Steps on creating/constructing a histogram. 1. Complete the frequency table by using tally marks. 2. Sometimes you will have to create the interval based on the data presented, then the tally marks. 3. Count the tally marks and put as a number in the frequency table. 4. Give
Miss
a
Camilla
title to
Ian.
the x-axis and label the intervals. 5. Give a title to the y-axis and label the intervals. 6. Fill in the frequency on the graph. 7. Complete/answer the question provided.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I got that, Mr. R. Thank you. I just didn't want to interrupt her. All right, so we're going to give you a minute and 2 minutes to write this all down. Just keep in mind when we deal with tally marks now, we're going to have each line represents 1, and to show 5, you make the backslash. Okay, so please make sure that that's copied in your notes. And Samari, 1017. Okay, please make sure that's copied. You have 2 minutes to write this all down. Just want to go over something here. I want to go over the fact that histograms are not bar graphs. They're like a bar graph, but as you can see, there are no gaps. The reason why there's a gap at the bottom is because there are no numbers that are in between those numbers. That's why it's blank. There's nothing there. So again, you're going to create the frequency table by using the tally marks. When you get to 5, you make that slash. We're going to count them up and write down the number. So we're going to have a tally mark section and a frequency, which is the total number. We're going to have an X and Y axis. We're going to have a title on a graph. And then we're going to fill everything in accordingly to our data that we get from the frequency table. All right, so you have another minute and 20 seconds to write that down. If you came in late, please make sure you're on time, folks. It's very important. We're getting started right on the nose now because we have a lot to do between now and the end of the year. Okay, so you need to be here on time. Thank you, to the best of your ability. We understand internet, that's cool. Just let us know. All right, you got another minute left, and then we're going to proceed on. This is all in Google Classroom, so you can always refer back. Again, if you need an extension on your notes, just kindly ask, and we will give it. But if you don't communicate, we don't know. So we got to be a little bit flexible, okay? You got to hold ourselves accountable. I did not see Justin Bodo. Is Justin Bodo in here? Yes, he is. Okay, there. Where is he? Let's see. Wow, look at everyone. They're so dedicated right now. Look at them. They're all writing. This looks great. All right, another 30 seconds. I'm not sure who's absent. I think we have a full class today. Is David here? Yes, he is. I think we got a full class today. We sure do. We have everybody present. That's great. Okay, we're going to move on. Emmanuel, let's pay attention, bud. All right, I'm going to make this a little smaller. Who would like to read this first problem? Problem 1? Who wants to read it? 5 bonus points if you read it. Kickboard points, I mean. Who's reading it? Going once?
I read it.
Sure, who's that? David?
Yeah.
Yeah, David, read it.
A manager at Sobeys is interested in the distance Sobeys employees travel to work each day. She asked each employee how many kilometers the store is from his or her home and received the following answers.
All right, so David, when we see the numbers 1 to 3, what numbers go in between 1 through 3? What are the numbers in between that?
1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so we're going to box them. Mr. R had a good suggestion. Anytime I see 1, 2, 3, I'm going to put a box. Right, Mr. R? This is better than the other one, right, Mr. R? Yeah, this is a lot faster now. 1. If I miss any, can someone just come off mute and tell me if I missed any numbers? So the numbers that go in between 1, 2, and 3 are 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to count the pink boxes. How many pink squares are there? How many pink squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How do I show 10? How do I show a group of 5? Remember?
You have to write down 5 tallies, and then you have to write down another 5 tallies.
Yes, with the slash. Very good, David. So we're going to write 10. Okay. Who would like to say what numbers go in between 4, 5, and 6? We're going to use red for that. 4, 5, and 6. 6.
You
Oops,
just
sorry. Somebody help. Someone's trying to say something.
4,
Off the internet.
5.
Let's keep going. Tell me if I miss any. And then you're going to count the red boxes. Before, I don't know what I was doing, Mr. R. He was like, Canella, just put the boxes around. Be a lot faster. Mr. R is right. Right? So how many red boxes are there, Mr. R? How many red boxes do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
13.
11, 12, 13.
13? We agree with Mr. R, guys? 13?
Yeah, 13.
All right. How do we show 13, guys? Who paid attention? How many tally marks should there be? Each bundle represents 5, so I need 2 bundles of 5, which gives me 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 11, 12.
13.
Yeah, Miss B. All right, let's do the next one. We're going to use, let's use some Let's do some purple for the next contestants. What numbers go in between 7, 8, and 9? Somebody.
7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. So how many are in the first row?
2,
How many are in the second row? Thanks, Miss B.
1,
1,
How about the third row?
1,
2,
2, my bad.
How about this one?
1,
How about here, folks?
1, 2, 3.
All right, how many purple squares are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you guys agree? 9?
9.
Yeah, 9? Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Make sure you're writing this down. So how many tally marks should there be, David? I need 9. How many bundles of 5 are there?
1, and then there's 4 tallies.
Yes. All right, David. Perfect. David, you're on fire today. Let's keep this momentum up, kid. I like it. All right, the next one is going to be the intervals 10 through 12. What numbers fall in between 10 through 12?
10,
Somebody.
11, 12.
11,
Thank you,
12.
Miss B. 10, 11, 12. Thank you, Kalani. Look, we're looking at the green, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many green boxes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys count 6?
Yes, 6.
Okay. How many tallies, how many bundles of 5 are there, guys?
There's 1 tally. Plus
1
1.
bundle, 5, and 1 tally.
Awesome. Okay, who wants to do 13 through 15? We are going to use, I know, I don't really like to use the color black because it's typed up in black font, but we're going to use that. Between 13 through 15. So we have 13, 15, 15, 15. What else is there? Did I miss any?
So we have 6 in total. 6, 7.
2,
3,
3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5.
4.
Miss B says 7. Do you guys agree with her?
Yes.
Yeah? Mr. R, you agree? 7? So how many bundles of 5 do we need, folks?
1 bundle and 2 tallies.
Awesome. This class is on fire, Mr. R. I think they're going to get farther than 4, I think. 16 through 18. What numbers go in that category? Let's try, we're going to do the light blue, okay?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
we do 16, 17, and 18.
Thank you, Miss Burgos is on fire, guys. How many blue boxes are there, Caleb?
There's 5.
How many tally marks do I need? How many bundles of 5?
You need 1 and 1 tally.
Yeah, just one bundle, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now the question is, whatever the tally equal, the frequency is equal, because this is tally marks and then this is translated into numbers. So what is the total amount of all these tally marks? What's 10 plus 13 plus 9 plus 6 plus 7 plus 5 equal to? How many? What's the grand result?
50.
50 for both. Okay. So screenshot contestant, you're going to screenshot, hold on, because something happened with our formatting. Okay, screenshot this page where it says problem 1 all the way down to 50. Don't put anything up yet. Everyone got that? I'm going to keep that there for a moment. Now, okay, don't put it up yet until after the graph. Now, looking at this problem, what should we title the graph? Because every graph has a title. It says the distance the employees travel to work each day. So what should we call it? How far what? Who wants to give it a shot? The distance the workers what?
Drive each day.
Drive each day or travel? Thank you.
Mhm.
Is that Ramesses?
Yeah, that was
Thank you,
Ramesses.
Ramesses. Travel each day. Something like that might be your title.
Mm-hmm.
Every graph has a title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you do a graph, you have to understand that there's an X and Y axis. The X axis is horizontal, and on the X axis, you're always going to have the distance in this situation. So I'm going to put km, which means kilometers. This can't be done in a Google Doc. This has to be handwritten. Okay, kilometers, km, unless you know how to make a histogram in Google Docs. But okay, so the distance traveled is your kilometers, which is your X axis. And your Y axis is going to be the frequency, which means how many times that number shows up. Now, this is where everyone gets mixed up. And I did it too when I was in the 6th grade. I'm sure Miss Burgos and Mr. Rudy and Mr. R probably did too. It's called interval. Interval is your number scale. That is how you're going to count on your x-axis. So if you see here on my model that I provided for you, I know that these numbers, right, came from my frequency tally. It says kilometers 1 to 3. So I'm going to make sure I start at 0. That's where every graph starts at. And if I skip 2 boxes between 0 and 1, I got to be consistent. So I go 0, skip, skip, 1 to 3. Skip, skip, 4 to 6. Skip, skip, 7 to 9. Skip, skip, 10 to 12. Skip, skip, 13 through 15. Skip, skip, 16 through 18. Type yes if you understand that in the chat. We have to be consistent. If we skip 3 boxes, we have to do that for every single one, which I'm sure you already know about. Okay. The same thing on the y-axis. I'm going to figure out the highest number is 13, right? The biggest number I see is 13. So I have to figure out how would I count on my y-axis? Well, I'm going to count by ones in this situation. You could also count by 2s or 3s if you want. Okay, you could do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, or you can do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. But I'm just going to do it by ones so you can see what I'm going to do. Now, who can tell me how many times did the number 1, 2, and 3 show up? Go back to the graph. How many times did 1, 2, and 3 show up?
10.
So that means I'm going to go to the interval 1 to 3, which is in red. Yep, 10. I'm going to go all the way up to 10 here, right? I'm going to stop it where it ends, which is here. I'm going to make a bar. And I always like to put the lines like this. And that shows me 10. How many times did the number 4, 5, and 6 show up? We'll go to your graph. So I already did this part. I'm going to put a little check mark there. 13, right? Everyone see that? 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to 4 to 6. I'm going to pick another color. I'm going to do black. This is 10. This is where 13 is. I'm going to go right down to 13. I'm going to go up. You should be writing this on paper. You can't do this on a Google Doc unless you know how. Okay, because I'm going to be looking for these bar graphs, these histograms, I should say. Does everyone see that? 13? Anyone have any questions so far? Pretty straightforward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, 7 to 9. How many times does that show up?
9.
So what do I do? 7 to 9. I have to go up to the number 9, which would be right about here.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, right? I'm sorry, the line's a little crooked, but you guys get the drift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone see that?
Yeah.
David, how many times does 10 through 12 show up? 10 through 12. We're on this one. And what number is that?
6.
So what do we do, David?
We had to do a check, and then we had to go up to the number 6 through 10 to 12.
Okay, so we're going to go up to the number 6, which would be, I think, right here. Right?
Yeah.
David, make sure you're writing this down. Remember, you have until the end of the day to turn your notes in, so you're doing awesome. How about 13 through 15, Rameses? How many times does 13 through 15 show up, sir?
Six.
6?
7.
Good. So 7, right, Rameses? So I'm going to go up to 7 here. I'm going to use green. I'm going to go 13 to 7. I'm going to go up to 7. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to follow it down. I'm going to make the line, and I'm going to say that that's 7. Does that make sense so far, guys? And last but not least, 16 through 18. Rameses, 16 through 18. How many times does that show up?
5.
Okay, so I'm going to go to 16 to 18. I'm going to go take, I'm going to do red this time. 5, Rameses said. So we're going to go to 5. Good job, Rameses. We're going to go here. And there we go. But we're not done yet because now we got to answer the questions, right? So this is what the histogram will look like. If you notice, it has a title. If you notice, we have an x-axis that's labeled, and we have a y-axis that's labeled. And all the numbers are in the correct spot. So what is the title of the graph, Rameses? What do we call this? What does it say?
The distance workers drive or travel.
Yeah, good job, like you said before, right? So the distance the workers Travel or drive. We're going to say travel. To work or something like that. To work, I think we said. Remises, what is on the x-axis? Are we measuring kilometers or are we measuring frequency, bud?
Kilometers.
And what's on the y-axis, sir?
Frequency.
Right, the y-axis is always going to be the frequency. So screenshot contestant, please screenshot this picture. This is problem 1. You can now post the chart and the graph to go with it. Anyone have any questions on how we got any of this information?
I got it.
Does anyone have any, thank you. Does anyone have any questions on how we got this information? Now is the time to ask.
No.
Ms. Burgos said no. Only 2 people. So Ms. Burgos and Kalani are the only ones that don't have a question, that understand. Better yet,
No,
Kayla, you have your hand up? What's up, Kayla?
I did it by mistake, my bad.
Okay, no
I'll
problem.
try and
All right, so I'm assuming everyone understands. All right, everyone understands? I don't want to erase this now. I'm going to erase this later. I'm just going to leave undo because I don't want to waste your time. I'll do it on the break. All right, here we go. All right. All right, so this part can come off though. All right, problem 2. Mr. R, you want to tackle this one?
Sure.
Mr. R? Oh, okay. Are you there?
25 applicants to the Canadian Army are given a blood test to determine their blood types, guys. The data set is below. Construct a histogram by using the data below to complete the chart. Now, obviously, we have these data types, and we need to make sure that we understand the tallies and the frequencies of these blood type samples. So, first blood type that we have is the letter A. How many letter A's we have in the picture? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, I'm going to tally 5 lines, or one group, and I'm going to say the frequency is 5. Now, the letter B for blood type. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I was right.
There's 7.
6.
7.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Right?
7.
Okay. It's okay.
That one box got me.
So how many bundles?
One group, one bundle, and then 2. And that's going to be 7. I want somebody to help me out with the letter O now. Let's try somebody else from the chat. Anyone? How many O's do we have in the picture? Let's go with somebody randomly. Kevin. How many O's do we have in the picture?
We got 7.
Count the pink boxes.
No,
No,
not
no,
7, honey.
That was 7.
Look, 1, count. 2,
1, 2,
3. What comes after 3?
They're helping you out in the chat too, Kevin.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9.
9 is the correct one, right? So we're going to have one bundle and what?
4 little tallies.
Miss
Yes,
Burgos is killing it, Mr. R.
The next one is AB. I want somebody else. Adam, help me out. How many ABs do you see there?
Here we go. Look, 1, 2, 3, what?
My internet's bad. That doesn't mean you can't answer it. If you heard what I said, then you can answer it in the chat.
Exactly. How many red boxes
4,
are
right?
there?
Yes, thank you, Kalani. Thank you, Kevin. 4. So we're going to have 4 there. Now, how much do we have in total? Maria. How many do we have in total? 9, 5, 7, and 4. How much does that give you?
Miss Canela wrote it, 25.
25 is there. What is the title of this graph? I'm going to call it the blood test for Canadian Army or Army.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, Mr. R.
And the x-axis is going to be labeled our blood types.
Mm-hmm.
And the y-axis is going to be how frequent it is. Now, utilizing this graph, guys, we're not going to remake anything. We're going to use this. And we're going to start graphing in the histogram. So down below we have the title, which is going to be the top. We're going to label this the blood type for Army. In Army, yep. And then we have our blood type A. How many blood type A do we have? 5. Thank you, Brandon. All right, so we're going to take the drawing chart and we're going to go all the way up to 5. That's not 5. I'm just going to, that's 5.5.
Yeah, it's 5.5.
5 now, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's 5.
Yeah, it's good?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, the next one, letter B. Somebody help me out. Come on, unmute yourself. I feel like I'm talking to myself
I
over
know,
here.
right? I feel like
I'm
it's
like
just
falling
you
asleep.
Virgos, right?
What's
It's
going
just
on?
falling
Oh,
asleep.
y'all tired? I'm tired too.
7.
Come on.
Wake up.
7, right? Somebody better remember 9-4 because we're not coming back to that chart. 7 is the next one for letter B, right? We're gonna
Mhm.
graph it.
Yeah.
Perfect. What's the next one?
A and B.
Didn't you say it was
A and
9?
9 and 4, guys.
9 and 4.
A
Let's
B
go.
is 4 though.
Yeah.
It
B
is?
4.
Yes, you put it opposite.
A, B is 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Emma, you look like me right now. That's how I feel, Emma.
Then 9. 9, 9, 9.
Okay, I got
9.
you. I got
Oh,
it.
it's 9.
Okay, 9. Let's see.
Ay,
This is 9, right, guys?
Yes.
yes. Guys, wake up. Killing me, Smalls.
Bam, bam. This is better.
Bam.
Right, Mr. R, this was better?
Yes.
Yeah.
It went faster, I think.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's what you mean by better. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I might as
got it.
well wake you guys up, right? So the next one, Miss Cano, let's go.
Wait. Hold on. Leanna has to take a screenshot.
If you ain't gonna wake up, I'm gonna wake you up. Promise you.
Oh my God, they're putting me to sleep.
I know. Leanna, you got it?
This is my favorite class. Come on.
I got it.
All right. We're going to move on to the next problem. Problem number 3 is actually going to be anybody. So Leanna Sanchez, can you read this? And can you do, you're going to do tally, you're going to do the first 2 tallies. Kalani Roman, you got 41 and 80. And then Abigail, you got 81 to 120. Let's go. Leanna, read
Oh,
the
Miss
problem.
Canella, question. I only have the histogram for the last problem. Do
Oh, you need the chart?
need the picture?
Okay, here's the chart. Good asking.
I got it.
Okay. So you're going to do the chart, then the histogram, okay? When you post it? You're going to do it now? Or are you going to do it like you did yesterday in order, right?
I already posted the other notes, so it's fine.
Okay, no problem. All right, can you read this problem and can you try to tackle, you're going to do intervals 1 to 40 and then the other 2 and then the other 2.
So do all of them?
No, so you're going to read the problem, you're going to do the first 2. You're going to go from 1 to 20 and 21 to 40. Then someone else is going to pick up.
Okay. No problem. All right. So the first one is 1 to 20. So we need to circle anything in between those 2 numbers. So let me see. A 0 is no numbers. And then 21 to 40. So we have 32. So we can circle 32.
Okay.
We can circle 31, 39.
Mm-hmm.
We can also circle 33. So we have four. We had to do 4 tallies, and then the frequency is 4.
Next contestant.
Okay, 41 through 60. We could circle 42, 45, 49, 55, 51. So that's 4. No, that's 5. So we do
You're
1.
missing, aren't you missing one more?
Oh, yes.
50.
Miss B, good eye.
So
Mhm.
it's 6.
You're missing 50. Yeah.
Miss B had a good eye there, Mr. R. What about tally marks?
So it is 1 bundle of 5 and then 1 tally.
Awesome.
Now it's 61 to 80. So we could do 68, 67, 61, 75, 62, 64. And that's 6. So we do a pack of 5 and one tally.
Miss Sanchez, you ready to take over? I mean, not Miss Sanchez, Miss Abigail, sorry. Abby? Oh, internet.
Can I do it then?
Don't worry, you're gonna get credit. Was that Leanna that asked that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Leanna.
Yeah, Leanna, 81 to 100. How many?
81 to 100 will be 96, so it's just 1 and 2. Sorry.
Help your friend out.
2 tally marks and 2 for our frequency. And then the next one is 101 to 120. It's obvious that it's 2 left. So we write 2 tally marks and the frequency is 2.
What's the title of this graph, guys? Look at
The
the interval.
Hold on, I can't see. It's a little too small. Invertal, let's say it.
Interval.
Interval, number of chocolate candies in the bag.
Let's see who else there is. Adam, what is the x-axis? Is it going to be the candies or the frequency? What do you think? What are we going to measure? What are we measuring? Are we measuring the frequency or are we measuring the candies now?
The x
The frequency, the candies.
Mhm.
The candies.
Which means that the y has to be the
The Y is the frequency.
perfect, which is how many times it shows up, right? Anyone have any questions on this? Leanna's going to screenshot this. This is problem 3's histogram. I mean, the frequency table. They're actually doing really good on time, Mr. R. Leanna, let me know when you have this screenshot, and then you guys need to write this down to refer to it. Remember these numbers, 046622.
I got it.
All right, I'm not erasing it until after you guys are done. All right, what are we calling this graph? What's the title? Somebody, I don't care who. What are we titling this graph?
How does invertal?
It's called interval.
Interval number of chocolate candies in the bag.
Number of chocolate candies in a bag, right? I'm just gonna make this a little smaller so you can see what I'm gonna do at the bottom. Okay, how do we count on the frequency? If we wanna get to 6 is the highest number, how should we count by?
Can we do it by 10?
But if the highest number is 6, what makes a more reasonable
Oh,
answer?
6. Oh, my bad.
That's okay. So skip, 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 skip. We're gonna call this 1. So we skip 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, this would be 2.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, this would be 3. 1, 2, 3, this would be 4. And then 1, 2, 3, this would be 5, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, this would be 6.
I was confused. I was thinking about the x-axis.
Yes, okay, no problem. All right, how many candies are in 1 to 20? None. So guess what? We're gonna write a 0 here. We don't do anything. 21 to 24, you have how much?
4.
Okay, 4. So we're gonna go up. Okay, I'm gonna go up. Make sure I do it right, guys, because I had a little procedure yesterday. So if I don't see straight, I'm sorry. I want to make sure that it's at, is that 4?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. How about 41 to 60? How many candies were in that bag? 6.
candies.
Okay. So we're gonna go up, and we're gonna go up to what number, folks?
6.
Thanks, Miss Burgos.
You're welcome.
Anyone have any questions on what we're doing? I mean, this is pretty straightforward. We've seen something like this, but I want you guys to understand. You see how the histograms, the bars are connected. They're not separated. This is a histogram. When there's a gap, it's a bar graph, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Rameses, how many candies are in the bag from 61 to 80, sir? Look at the paper. 61 to 80, how many candies?
6.
Good, we're gonna go right up to the same red one, right?
Yeah.
All right, kiddo. Now we're talking. All right. Here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Natalie, I hope you're somehow writing this down. Okay, 81 to 100, Natalie. How many candies are in the bag? Natalie,
Kevin wrote it for you. Look at it.
look right here in the chart. 2 and 2, right, guys? So the last two are going to have the same numbers. And then we are officially finito. 2 here.
Miss Canella, that's 2.5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, my love.
So we got
Perfect.
2 here, and then we got 2 on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Selena. No. Hey, sorry, my puppy was doing something. Does anyone have any questions on how you complete a histogram?
No.
Here is the histogram graph. So again, because today was a little lengthy, there are only 3 problems for you to complete that we are expected to see. However, there is a 4th problem you can try on your own, and it would be extra points if you get it correct. If you submit this on Kami, problem 4 on your own. Anyone have any questions before we go into your independent practice?
Nope. Kevin wrote nope.
Miss Sanchez, were you able to screenshot all of these?
Yes.
Okay. Let's now look at what you need to do in the Google Classroom for your independent practice. You are specifically getting a lot of time to turn your notes in because we don't want to hear, oh, I couldn't do the notes. It is only 10:49. This will take you less than 5 minutes to do, and then you will have 20 minutes to turn the notes in correctly. Are we clear?
Yes.
Every one of you must turn your notes in. There's no exception. Got it? You all are capable. You got Google Docs. All right, we're in 604. Because this problem is a little hard to see, I'm just going to tell you the correct answer, okay, on number 2, because it's my mistake. It actually is choice D. So number 2, everyone picked D because it's a little hard to see. I apologize. And same with Mr. R. Okay? And Miss Burgos. Yeah? So everyone for 2 picked D. Okay, Rameses, according to the histogram, which height in centimeters has the highest frequency? Is it 149 point?
149.5 centimeters.
Perfect. That was easy, right, sir?
Yeah.
Because clearly, look, this is the highest. It's at 9. There's nothing else higher than that. It's this guy, right? This guy, which is that number. Easy, right? Okay, that's easy. Everyone should get that right. Okay, let's move on to number 4. This is very easy. Which of the following is the correct definition of a histogram? You're going to have to go back to today's notes. If you think 4 is A, which has no gaps, type A. If you think it shows up how many times, hit B. And if you think it's none, hit C in the chat. Rameses, 4, I need an answer, sir. What do you guys think the answer is? 4, number 4. 4, A. And the answer is A. Are we good? All right, so clearly number 4 is A as in apple, and just so in case you need another visual, there's the check mark. Number 5, what is the definition of a frequency table? So again, if you think the answer is A, oops, that's not, hold on, that's not it. Oh, shoot. Hold on, don't worry about that. If you think the answer to number 5 is A, type A, which says the number of items in event, category, or group occurs. If you think it's B, the number of times it occurs or shows up. And if you think it's C, type C. Let's see what you guys say. Referring back to Google Classroom, consensus is saying A is the correct answer. Folks, it is A as an apple. Now, when I see these grades, I should see every one of you should have a 15 out of 15. There should be nobody in here that has less than that. That means to show me that if we earn less than 15, we didn't pay attention or read carefully, or we don't understand the lesson. Are there any questions? Because now what you need to do is you need to now turn in your math notes.
Can you please open it? Because it's not open for me, the independent.
It's not?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not open for me as well.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot to open it. All right, so number 2 was D. What was number 3? Ramesses said it was 149.5. Number 4 was the first answer. And then number 5, they said it was the first one. I am so sorry about that.
Emma wrote in the chat, she put as DAAA.
Okay.
Thanks, Emma.
So at this point, it is 10:53. This class is over at 11:10. You have 17 minutes to turn those notes in. So that means for the next 17 minutes, you are working on your notes. People in here are asking for extensions, but they are not turning the notes in when asked to have it due. So at this point, there's going to be no more extensions granted. You ask for an extension, you turn it in. If you say, oh, I need until lunchtime, your notes should be turned in at lunch. Oh, I'm going to turn them in 8 o'clock on this day, but you don't turn them in, we can't help you. Your grade will be as is. Okay, so make sure for the next 17 minutes, you're taking your notes down if you didn't do it, and you're turning them in. Once that's done, you need to work on iReady, because iReady is due tomorrow, 150 minutes. So today you should have 2 hours of iReady. Are we clear? Questions, comments, concerns, dilemma? Thumbs up if you enjoyed today's lesson before we go off of the recording. Only 4 people, 5 people. I don't see all thumbs up. Ramesses, 6. Justin, where are you? Emma?
I see Liana, Adam, David, Kevin.
All right. This is looking good.
Mhm.
All right, it was fun. Okay, good.